Well, apparently our audience are audio engineers.
Yes.
They're all audio engineers.
Yeah.
Well, that's helpful.
But it's
They can
always
help
helpful.
us with
I'm
megahertz.
a little disappointed that I didn't get the memo on. I thought it was Casual Friday, but apparently it's not.
I just thought, you know what? I'm throwing this on today.
Yeah.
You don't get to wear it year-round, or maybe you probably shouldn't.
Or maybe you should.
Probably should.
I think you should.
Not in Louisiana.
Ooh, you ought to wear that at SHOT Show.
Yeah? We could have a ugly... Hey, and we're live. Welcome in. Gun Talk Live on a Friday. Before... Basically, this is right about... Even the people who aren't off today, they're checked
off.
out. They're done.
Except us.
Except us. We're doing serious work here. For you. Bringing you that good, sweet content.
So... a lot of stuff is dropping, and we're going to get into some more new gun drops that happened this week. But Ryan's monitoring the Facebooks, I'm monitoring the YouTube, so you guys just comment, talk to us, and
chime in.
What you're seeing, what you're excited about. But there's a lot that's coming down the pipe that I'm equally excited about, but none more than what we're talking about today for me.
Today, yeah. So first off,
we've got some winners.
We have a winner of a G44 backpack. No, it's prize pack. It's got a bunch of stuff inside.
It's got a lot of stuff.
It's actually really nice.
But we've got our guys. It was a good. It was a lot of comments. I mean, there was like some odd 200 plus comments. So we've got. We're gonna give away. We're gonna announce the book first, right? The books.
The books.
We're gonna the prize pack first.
I'm going to roll all of the pack first, then 2 books.
Okay, so...
I don't know. We're not organized here. Whatever.
DJ JC Dallas, you won the G44, and he did it with emojis.
DJ Dallas?
DJ JC Dallas. He did it with emojis. Look at him go. Knocking. So,
we've got
congrats. Toby W., you won a book. And Robert Reed, you also won a book. So...
get your learn on.
Reached out to you guys. David Frankel, we had him on the Gun Talk Radio as a phenomenal interview. Tom always does such a great job on the radio show. But this week, you guys will be excited to know that you will be entered to win if you get, just do a comment, you're going to be entered to win a Sig P320 BB gun.
BB gun. Yeah, it's a BB gun.
Oh, I forgot to say it. We are live on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we're live on the Facebooks.
Right.
We're having comments coming in. Richard, Justin, Kevin from Cleo Springs.
Cleo Springs.
Bobby. William watching from Monument, Colorado. Nice.
All right, my YouTube's aren't working.
YouTube's, you gonna refresh
YouTube's. I'm trying to refresh.
Chad over at Boondocks. Thanks for watching. You know, I think Chad's not that busy in the afternoons over there.
Maybe not. He's
he's
entered
a loyal
to win.
viewer.
He is entered to win. So
you're entered to win. It feels like a P320, and you can shoot it, inside
in your backyard,
house, in your backyard, whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's a great one.
Don't
but
you try
CO2 powered. We should have done that for a Christmas giveaway. We should have done
opportunity.
Because they launched a adult Red Ryder this year.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
We missed the ball on that one. But anyway, so in ASGW this year, you guys kind of followed along, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind doors, closed doors. There's a lot of closed meetings, and the booths don't look like they do at SHOT Show. So Ryan comes over, just to give you a little brief history on this. Ryan comes over and says, have you been to the Sig Sauer booth? I immediately headed that way.
I said, there's something you're going to like.
Yeah.
You need to go see this.
So I headed that way, and behind closed doors, I mean, I was sworn to secrecy, like, your firstborn is going to get sold away.
Double secret probation.
Yeah. And so what they showed me was the Sig Sauer CROSS that launched yesterday. If you guys don't know much about this, we've got an interview with John Brasseur of Sig Sauer, and Patrick Hanley was also on the interview. He was kind of behind the scenes, but he's really driven this, and he's a hunter. I've known Patrick for years, since he was back I think he was at TC when I met him. Mm-hmm. But he is driven to hunt, man. This guy knows what he's doing, and he actually, We can roll the footage. It's going to be about a 10-minute interview or so, but there was a lot of phenomenal information. And if you don't know about the Sig Cross, it's time to get familiarized with it.
The first time I saw the cross rifle from Sig Sauer was at NASGW of this year, so back in October. And John, that gun has been very tight-lipped until yesterday. And so give me a rundown on, the secrecy, and you guys have a hunting team now. So give us a rundown of kind of the start of the cross.
So the start of the cross, it was probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Patrick and I were chatting, and he's like, we've got to do a bolt gun. And I told him to be quiet and, go back and sit at his desk and do his work. And long story short, he basically created, a very concise PowerPoint explaining all the ways in which he thought we could come forward with a product that would add value, that would be a niche, that wouldn't be what everybody else is doing, that would fit along with what we feel Sig Sauer is, right? Our military roots. So he came up with this idea of, hey, why don't we make a gun that crosses between a professional product, a sniper rifle, a bolt gun that's done for PRS, but also something that what he loves to do, which is hunting. And him and I last year, we did our first DIY elk hunt out in Colorado. And while we were on that hunt, we found all these things that, man, if we had this in our gun and we had this in our gun, that we could add into it. So he basically put that deck out there. We all talked about it. He did a great job of pulling together all the people within the company that have bolt gun experience way beyond us, the Robbie Johnsons and some other people. We brought them into a room, and that was probably the hardest part about this gun was you have so many people and there's so many different opinions and theories and what they want to see and features that we could have easily put them all into the gun and then we would have had a $10,000 rifle on our hands, right? So the hard part for us was to take all the features, list them out, and whittle away at the ones that we really felt made the difference and fit the market we were going after, which was a lightweight, new-aged hunter that's going to be climbing up these mountains and hiking for days on end, that wants the ability to fold it down, get it out of their way, put it in their backpack, and not be carrying around 12 pounds when they're doing that. At the end of the day, that's what you're kind of seeing come forward.
And you guys we're all cut from the same cloth, I think, because that's what a lot of my hunting is my hunting's all run and gun. It's on the move. It's not sitting in a stand. And that's one thing I'm glad to see that the Cross has is the lightweight maneuverability. And I know Patrick, I've known him for a long time, and he is passionate and rabid about the hunting scene. And I'm glad to see this gun come out. What are some of the internals like that guys are going to start noticing initially when they see this gun?
Yeah, but to back you up just a second, you said, not a tree stand gun. I'll tell you right now, having a 16-inch barrel in a tree stand is pretty darn nice. So I agree with you. Yeah, we wanted it for being able to put on a backpack and hike, but boy, being able to have something that's that short and compact when you're in a tree stand is a huge value. So I think it actually is going to have an application there as well. So, I mean, as far as feature set on the gun, one of the things that we've done, obviously, we do the free flow barrel and all that, but one of the things that we really want to do was be able to have that folding stock, right? So we actually, if you start from the back of the rifle forward, we wanted to have the ability to take the stock, fold it, get it out of the way to get that profile, overall length really, really far down. So the stock we have on there has a fully adjustable cheek comb, and actually the cheek comb you can take out and spin it 180 degrees and you get a different shape on there and it moves your head a little bit, which a lot of people didn't notice. In the first prototype we didn't have that. So we made that change. The other thing you'll notice is that cheek comb, when you flip the lever down, it's actually spring loaded and it comes up to your cheek. So it's a little bit different than most people are used to. Most people are used to getting their cheek on there, dialing it in and moving up and down. Well, what this is you put your head behind it, look through your scope the way you want to be, and if your lever is loose, your cheek comb will move to where it needs to be, and then you click the lever, and now you're locked in, you're ready to go.
Okay.
So a lot of people try to do that fine adjustment, and if they loosen it back up, it pops back up out of place. And they're like, what is that doing?
Right.
You got to know that you're keeping your cheek on it, and you're driving into where you want to be. Butt pad is adjustable up and down, and it also is for length of pull, turning a knob. So nothing needs a tool on that stock. Everything is done with just your fingers and your hands. You don't have to have a bullet nose or an Allen wrench or a Torx wrench or anything like that. Right. It's all just done by using your hands. The first prototypes didn't lock in place. These now lock in place. We made it so when you push the button, you pull the stock closed, or open, I should say. It's now locked in place in both directions. So that's one of the things we had made sure we want to do. Obviously, we wanted a pistol grip for maneuverability. So we drove that in there, and then we had to have an adjustable 2-stage trigger. So there are 2 holes underneath the trigger guard that you would see that allow you to drive in there and change the adjustment of the trigger of travel and the amount.
Okay.
But the biggest attribute, I think, of this gun that we really were trying to drive to is a single piece receiver. That receiver is all just one block of aluminum. You know, we wanted to remove requiring the bedding and all that. So we didn't really want a chassis gun. We wanted something that was built so there's minimal amount of parts that can affect accuracy, because that's really what we were trying to drive to along with the weight. So you'll see it's a one-piece receiver in the rifle. And then when you get into the barrel, one of the unique things we did with the barrel geometry is it's a barrel nut configuration, but it's got a cam nut or a spanner nut, for lack of better terms, which allow us to dial the headspace in. In typical manufacturing, if you were to look at an AR-15, for example, that tolerance is probably it's about a 7 thousandths to 10 thousandths tolerance on the headspace that you would see. And if you try to drive manufacturing down into anything like 5 thousandths or below, they can't do it because there's too many parts stacking up, and it makes for an impossible manufacturing method of the barrel extension and bolt, right? And precision grinding them all together, which is super expensive. So what we were trying to do here is with that nut, it allows us to adjust the headspace in that barrel as its own assembly. So you can dial it right in nice and tight, and you can get a real tight headspace to help with the accuracy on the rifle.
Okay.
You know, we did a free-floating barrel. We did the handguard, as mentioned. It's all got key mod at 3, 6, 9 o'clock. And then we did a single-piece top rail. I think the top rail is about 12 inches or so. I'm trying to look at the past you because I got one behind the computer here as we're talking. But the other thing we've done is we worked with our ammunition department, and they've been working with the Army and working on a new revolutionary hybrid ammo. And that hybrid ammo, basically what they're doing is, I have one of them here. You can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. The back of the case is steel. The front of the case is brass. And what that allows them to do is, they're now with the steel, you're spanning the gap between the bolt and the chamber, which is usually the weak point in overpressure situations, right? That's where you're going to have an overpressure round that's going to break, and it's going to, it's going to blow out the gun. So what they did is they put steel in there, which makes it a whole lot stronger, and the pressures can go way up from where you would normally see. So what that allows us to do is, the rifle that we were shooting when we were in Colorado this year in the prototypes that we were testing, it's a 16-inch barrel, it's a .277 caliber, it's a 143 grain bullet, and we're pushing about 3,000 feet per second out of a 16-inch barrel. Okay, I think actual reach like 2950 or 2908 is what we were at when we were out there.
Really, and that's going to be a little bit different than the 6.5 Creedmoor, which you guys are also offering in the Cross, and it's because I've got it at 2,700 feet per second.
For a Creedmoor, correct.
For
that's
a Creedmoor,
right. Yeah. Yep.
Wow. And AI mags, is that right?
Yes, we're doing AI mags, which allows you for a little bit more length. It allows people that want to do their own loading. They can do their own loading, and it maximizes that ability within that community. Yep.
I know there's going to be a lot of questions on the 277 Fury, but I mean, is that going to be a standardized round from here on out? I mean, I know a lot of guys initially, when a new round comes out, they're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it everywhere. Is this something that a lot of people are going to start loading?
Oh, I think absolutely. When you start to see the performance that you can get out of this, people are going to start loading it. It's one of those things where we're on the tip of the curve. I think we're on the tip of the whole change in the industry. The Army's going to it for a reason. I'm pretty sure there's a good reason behind it, And we feel that if we start commercializing that and making that available, get the brass available to people, help work with manufacturers on getting more bullets, more bullet types out there, I think you're going to see 277 take over where 6.5 is right now.
Now, a lot of this seems to span, I think, the hunting round. I know you guys were developing the Cross, probably years later or earlier, but the BDX system, and this seems like it would pair really well with this gun. Are there plans in offering this as kind of a package deal?
Absolutely. Well, I'd say the BDX system pairs with any rifle.
Right.
Okay. And the hardest part about the BDX, I think people have been struggling with, is they're worried about their phone being involved and the technology. Once you get the BDX and you actually sync it up and you get it working, it makes I can't think of a really good analogy here, but if anybody had ever skied and they went from using the old straight plank skis to using curved skis, you jump up 2 levels in advancement. Using that, it's the same thing when you have that BDX. So we are absolutely, this gun is going to be paired with kits, and we will have different versions that allow you to have both the rangefinder and the optic and the gun, and we'll probably even put a card in there that says, hey, buy this ammo, and guess what? You do nothing. You zero your rifle when you get it, you click on targets, and all your bullet compensation is done for you. All the lights will be there, you'll be ready to go, and there's nothing else you need to do.
And I think that's one of the cool systems about the BDX system, but that's a whole nother story because the Cross is what we're dealing with right now, and the chamber offerings in it, could you run through those?
Yep, we're going to do 6.5 Creedmoor, we'll do 308, and then we've got our 277 Sig Fury, and then we have a whole bunch in the future that we want to be lining up as well. But that's our starting gate for June of this year.
Perfect. And now, okay, now when are these guns going to be shipping?
June.
June is when you can start buying them.
That's when you can start buying them. Line up.
Save up those dollars, and the MSRP right now on the Cross is
$17.99.
$17.99.
Yep.
Which you look at that, and that's actually, I know a lot of guys' jaw might hit the ground, but that's really not that much when you talk about a lightweight system that goes everywhere, collapses down to, you know, almost like 25 inches when it's all said and done. I mean, there's guns out there at $3,400 that you're not going to get this, you know, this is a great deal.
We asked a lot of questions on pricing, trying to see where we needed to be and all that. And when we told people where we were at, we got a lot of the, are you kidding? Because everybody pretty much says over $2,000. When they're looking at the rifle and the feature set that you're getting out of the rifle, they expected to hear a number of $2,000 to $2,200. So at $17.99 MSRP, I think people are going to be pretty happy.
I think it's a winner for sure. And like I said, just tell me where to send the cash to, and I'll get it there as soon as I can.
You got it.
John, thanks for giving us a rundown on the Cross, and you guys take it easy up there in the North Country.
You too. Thank you very much.
So that is the new Sig Cross. Different animal altogether. Sig, I think they did a bolt-action rifle a long time ago, early 90s.
92?
Yeah, but I mean, it's been a long time since Sig has done a bolt-action rifle, and this is way different from most bolt actions. So pretty cool. I know you were really excited about it, and you actually put an article into
the newsletter
yesterday.
The reason I'm excited about this is because I'm an on-the-go hunter. I like things compact. I like trimming down my kit when I'm heading out into the field, and this gun does allow that. You look at other similar guns launched this year that have a huge price to trim weight. The initial one that comes to mind is the Weatherby Backcountry TI. That's sitting somewhere, I want to say, around $2,700.
Yeah. I mean, this is when you're starting to get all of those technologies together to make it super accurate, super lightweight.
Right.
It generally, it's sometimes you pay for less. You know, it's like like organic apples. You know, I'm paying extra for you to not use the chemicals or whatever. Yep. So it's like, you know, you're paying for less stuff and less weight.
I think Matthew brings up a very good point. He says it's a Q ripoff. A lot of people aren't
Q rifles, which is a real niche thing. Or fix.
The fix, and it's a valid point. It looks very similar, and it's half the cost.
I would ripoff is a negative.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that where you go, something comes out, and then another company goes, well, that's really cool. That's a neat idea. We could probably do something like that, maybe better, maybe cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, it's half the price. But, you know, you'll have your opinions on it. If you've shot the fix, I'm sure you're probably happy with it. But honestly, like when I saw this from Sig, this is the gun I would have liked to build, you know, 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
But the 277 Sig Fury.
So
has my attention.
I'm kind of a cartridge geek. And this is
the apple did not fall far from the tree.
No, yeah, I didn't steal that. This is changing the game. When you're talking about using that hybrid case that has steel in it, you're able to load it to pressures that you could not do in regular brass.
Right.
And so it's something to consider, I think, and they're going to have to look at when people are talking about reloading it.
Exactly.
And you can't necessarily put this into a brass case and get the same performance. This is a special thing, but we're seeing these two-piece cases come out. A lot of them cut weight.
Right.
They're able to be reloaded a lot more. There's a lot of interesting things happening. It just hasn't become mainstream yet.
Right. And I think that's one thing that, you know, talking behind closed doors at NASGW about this new round is they are very open to people loading this. They're not going to keep this as a Sig branded ammo only.
Yeah, that's great.
And I think that goes to show how much confidence they have in this, is that they want it to take off. They want to better our abilities out to further ranges.
Well, and when you bring out a new cartridge, it's always that chicken egg situation.
Yep.
You go, that's really neat, but are there rifles being manufactured in it? And everybody has their preferences. Is it a rifle that you like or would?
Right.
And then of course it's also that's neat, but can I get ammo for it? Well, Sig is an ammo company now, so they kind of solve their own problem with
Exactly.
that. Hopefully there'll be more people going, wow, this cartridge is just cool enough that we want to chamber it. I love the idea of, and it's in that short barrel that it's going 3,000 feet per second.
Right, and I'm getting
16-inch barrel.
Yeah, my average 5 is out of a 22-inch barrel. Proof Research barrel is 2710
On the 6.5
on the 6.5 Creedmoor.
which is not a screamer.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not the purpose of it. But you're talking about 3,000 feet per second out of a 16-inch barrel.
With a heavier bullet.
Yeah.
This is a 277 bullet. So that's super cool. The Cross is pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm so actively saving money right now to buy it. And I think I'm going to outfit it with the BDX system. I think I'm going to get it as it is they would like it to be. I mean, because that's one thing I've got to get confidence in, is trusting that dot is supposed to be where it is.
Right. And if you get the system and you go out to the range and you try it at a lot of different distances and you put it to the test before you get out in the field,
Right.
and you're going to go, wow, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
We're all slow to come around to technology sometimes.
We
I
are,
think.
especially having Bluetooth in your optics and that transferability of information, I worry about, but
I totally trust it. I'm just bringing a backup scope with me on the hunt.
yeah.
Totally trust it.
All right, so next we've got our closing shots. And my closing shot is one of the companies out there that didn't really make they made a big introduction, but really didn't talk about it, was Smith & Wesson.
Yeah.
With the Shield Easy in 9mm.
9mm.
And that's going to be a massive hit for Smith & Wesson.
And you're talking about saving up money for new guns and stuff.
Yes.
Word of advice, everybody. Put some dollars aside. I know it's Christmas time. That's usually the spend time, not the dollars aside time. But we got the G44 that just came out.
Yes.
We got the Sig Cross that just launched. We have a video of a new product that will be dropping the evening of December 31st.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are going to be pretty excited about. We have a video of a new product.
It's unbelievable.
That is dropping on January 1st that a lot of people are going to be really excited about. So, and we have some more other stuff after that too. But just get ready.
But those 2 days, set aside time to cruise the interwebs, because there's going to be a bunch of attention to these products.
It's going to be fun. A lot of fun.
Anyway, you guys, have a Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Are you doing the live next week?
Happy Chanukah.
Yeah. Are you doing the live
Kwanzaa.
next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we?
On the 26th?
Sure. I don't know.
All right. Well, he's going to be here. I'm going to be on my way to Iowa, land of the Giants.
I'll be in town, so
All
might
right.
as well. Yeah,
He's
he's going to be trying to find a big buck.
Yeah.
Going, I like big bucks and I cannot lie.
Yo, your brothers cannot deny. So anyway, you guys have a Merry Christmas out there. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell, ring the button, whatever you got to do. Also, subscribe to the newsletter.
Be safe on the roads.
Comment.
Be safe in the woods, on the range. And maybe you'll win a Sig P320
BB gun.
BB gun.